Yeah, people, welcome again to another episode of the Coach's Desk. This is where you get your sporting experience with host Coach Minzy. Yeah, people, and I'm delighted for the support that has been pouring in, and I'm grateful that people out there are, you know, supporting the videos that I do on a daily basis. Now, let's talk about the omission of some of our senior players. Players that would include Kemar Taxi Lawrence, Leon Bailey, Damian Lowe, Andre Blake, O'Neal Fisher, and company. Alright? But before we get into the video, people, let's listen to the intro.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
Alright, so welcome back. Now, we would have known people that there is a wage negotiation between the Reggae Boys or some of the senior Reggae Boys and the JFF. Now, there was an amount that was pitched to the boys, and the boys pitched back an amount. The JFF was understand to said they ought to take it or leave it. The boys counter coming down more than 50% to $3,000, and we have not heard anything. But from my little knowledge of what is happening, it is said that the JFF still can't afford that $3,000. Hence the reason the negotiation has not been sorted out to date. So, because that has not been sorted out, the senior players opted not to play in this game. No, I'm not certain how this will affect them going forward. We do believe that there's going to be some semblance of order. Something will be sorted out. But for now, they are not in the squad. Persons might be thinking that the JFF deliberately left them out. But from my understanding is that they decided not to take up the offer to play in the US game. Even Ravel Morrison, from my understanding, was selected, but he opted out because of the very same reason. He's standing by the Reggae Boys, or the other Reggae Boys who are actually leading the protest. You understand? So that's where it is at. It's nothing other than that. They have not been ostracized by the JFF. They have not been thrown to the curb, no. But I do believe that it will be sorted out sooner than later, in time for the Gold Cup. But it's quite interesting, because if this set of play that was selected goes into that match and they actually play well, get a good result, then some persons' games are going to be in problems. And when I say in problems, they might not lose their spot, but I mean the competitive nature of the position is going to be up. You understand? So no longer you'll be playing a game knowing that your competition is not better than you. Especially in the heart of the defense, there's a central defensive section of the park. With Ethan Pinnock coming in, Liam Moore, trust me, it's gonna be tough for the central defensive area. But we're happy that we have more than enough defenders to choose from, because if we had a little and then someone gets injured, then that poses a problem. Or if there's a card situation, then that will not pose a problem because we have able replacements. So it's a good look. And like I said, I do believe that the coach wants to see these players, wants to see how they are going to be actually playing, especially the defensive section of it. Because when you look at it, there are a lot of defenders that were selected. But some can play in other positions, but they want to look on them to form a formidable unit going forward, especially defensively. We will see definitely what Coach Whitmore is trying to get out of this game. Understand? The result, if it matters to me, I don't believe so. It will matter to me, even though it will affect the ranking. But, I mean, he's just going to try and see these players, what they're able to do, how well they will play in the position that they are playing in right now. So, let's see what will transpire next Thursday, people. Because, of course, the fans want a win. Of course, the fans want to ensure that the team does well. But when you're looking at players, results matters less. And taking that from a coach's perspective, yes, it doesn't really matter. So we want to see what these players bring, these new players bring to the fore. They seem to be very solid players. They seem to be very good players. But all in all, the core of the team that we're used to that played in the last game is not there. So we believe that those players will be a part of the unit going forward as soon as this wage thing is sorted out. So they are not missing for any other reason but for the wage dispute. And I've heard some persons say that it is the honorable thing to do when you're in a wage negotiation. You would want to play and then a bad precedent is set. So if I strike, you can't call me to go to work and I go because I'm on a strike. Understand? So just be patient, people. I know many of you will say that this thing could have been sorted out a long time ago. The team selection and all of that could have been sorted out because Whitmore would have been given this team a long while back. And why wait until this year to be looking players and all of this? You understand? So, but nevertheless, like I always say, Whitmore is doing an excellent job giving the resource at his disposal. So, we have to be patient, people. I know your favorites are missing, but let us be patient. Let us see what these new players bring. And a matter of fact, there are 8 players who play in the Premier League here, and they have not played football for over a year now. So there and then, they want to see what these players still bring to the table, not playing football. So there are a lot of dynamics to it, people. Like I said before, we have to be patient. We have to trust the coach, trust his decision in selecting players. I know many persons will look into it and see the Ricardo Morris situation as a repeat of Javon Watson situation. You understand? But let's not look at it like that. Ricardo Morris possibly would have been, according to the coach, one of the best players at the time. You understand? So let's work with the coach. Let's be patient with him, like I said earlier. sometimes we on the outside looking in are not identify the different variables and the different issues, or the choice of selection by the coach, what he hopes to achieve, because he would have his objectives. So, I mean, let's cut him some slack, watch the game, see what come out of that game, and then we can turn the microscope on the coach and criticize him because of his selection. Thanks again, people, for tuning into the coach's desk. I really appreciate the effort. Be blessed. Stay safe. Big up yourself. Out.